Wholesaling was hard until I understood these three simple concepts. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I want to give you exactly the three concepts that changed my mind and changed my life from doing wholesaling real estate from hard mode all the way to easy mode. And really, I think most wholesalers are playing the game on a really hard difficulty setting when really they could be doing this business a lot easier by just following three simple concepts that will completely change the game. This is not something you see much on YouTube and kind of a cheat code in the wholesaling real estate game I want to tell you, because after doing 2,500 wholesaling deals over 8 years now, I can tell you implementing these small things will make wholesaling go from hard to easy right now, instantly. So the first concept I think we got to talk about right now is the concept of inputs and outputs. More specifically, how that concept works inside of wholesaling real estate. So in wholesaling, if you want an output, which is money or getting rich or becoming successful, you have to put some inputs in there. It's like having a car. If you want to drive 100 miles off of 1 tank of gas, it's not going to happen. Your input has to be 2 gallons of gas, not 1 gallon. And I think a lot of wholesalers get really upset because they want to go 300 miles on 1 tank of gas and they're upset why it doesn't work. When this business is inputs and outputs, are you putting in the marketing? Are you putting in the effort? Are you making the calls? And heck, one thing I don't think a lot of people understand is just putting in something in the gas tank doesn't make it go forward. Putting good stuff in the gas tank. So if you say, Zach, I made 1,000 calls, but only 4 people picked up, that is way worse than a guy that only made 100 calls and 15 people picked up. It's all about actually doing the stuff that generates results and success. And also with inputs and outputs, I've been talking about this more and more, and I feel like a woo-woo genie spiritual advisor saying this, but this is completely true. It's made me more millions of dollars than anything out here. But the more you give, the more you receive. And more specifically, what I mean by this is the better things you do in general in the world, the better things that go and happen to you. So it's kind of like the concept of karma. And I always say, you know, karma is king. The more calls you make, your wholesaling karma goes up, because the more calls you make, the more leads you get, and the more leads you get, the more deals you get, and the more deals you get, the more money you get. So the more you give in the business, the more you put in, the more you receive. So karma is going to be completely king here. For example, think of karma. If you do bad things, more bad things happen. So if you start sleeping in and you start calling less, you're going to make less money. And this is a concept, you know, I don't think I'm talking to everyone here, but if you start doing a deal a month and you're wanting to scale, so you completely abandon what's been getting you deals. So for example, maybe texting the pre-foreclosures is landing you a deal a month in your market. You say, you know what? I'm just going to do SEO and PPC and get rid of the texting. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to start going to get no deals because you're not focusing on the things that actually are working. So my biggest plea for wholesalers is just treat your business, treat your life, and treat everything like karma. If you have a motivated seller, actually care about them, do the right thing, just follow up and call them and say, hey, how's your day going? I know that sounds stupid, but actually caring and being a good person yields you good results. And what is done in the darkness will be shown in the light. And this is really important with inputs and outputs. I get so many people that tell me, Zach, I've done so much. I've traded so hard. I put all my effort into this business and I just can't get results. And they always talk the talk. They're yapping that they're working. But are they really working? It's kind of like going to the gym and watching people work out for an hour. I see it all the time. They're grinding in the gym, but for the hour, they're on their phone just scrolling on TikTok, not working out. And we got people who spend the same hour, quote, hour in the gym, that all they do is have their David Goggins playlist going and they grind out like crazy and they're super jacked because they just work out like crazy. And so your hour of cold calling versus somebody else's hour of cold calling is not the same. You cold calling for sale by owners for an hour is not the same as this guy calling the probates for an hour. They get different results. And I hate to tell you, this is a mean thing to say sometimes for some people, but your results in wholesaling real estate are directly correlated to the inputs and effort you've given. And so maybe you put a lot of hard work and dedication, but the inputs that you're putting in this business are not the right inputs. I see people calling for sale by owners. I see people trying to do on-market real estate, trying to do deals with agents. When if you just put that effort into drawing for dollars, sticky notes, heck, digital bandit signs, that time you put in, those inputs make you more money. You got to remember, in wholesaling real estate, there are only 2 inputs that you can put in: time and money. That is it. So put your time in on the marketing, put your money in on the marketing if you're going to do any marketing, and use that to get some wholesaling deals. Insane accountability and doing the right thing with the karma and just doing more good things to stack up your karma points. You're going to use them to make a ton of money in this business. Concept number 2. Take notes here. You don't have to know something, but you have to know somebody that does. What I mean by this is you don't need to know everything about wholesaling or anything about the process, really. Like if you're just like brand new watching this, all you got to do is just know how to write a contract, which we have at freewholesaling.com, our free real estate wholesaling course. Quick plug. That's all you really need to know, because if you're struggling getting the deal sold, you can just send a JV deal to me or somebody inside of FlipWithrick Plus, and they can do the dispo with you and help you out. So like you don't even need to know how to do dispositions, because you can reach out to somebody in our Discord or on the YouTube channel here or on our Facebook group. They'd be more than happy to help you out. Heck, if you're struggling finding a title company, just go in the Facebook group and say, what's a good title company for Atlanta, Georgia? There's going to be 5 or 6 guys who are doing 4 or 5 deals a month in Atlanta, Georgia that I taught for free. So they're just trying to help you out for free because of karma, and they will tell you. So you don't need to know everything in the business. All you have to do is know people who know things in this business. And so you're watching somebody and you're listening to somebody who's done over 2,500 wholesaling deals. I think I know a thing or two about wholesaling real estate. So you don't need to know everything, because if you have an issue or a problem, just hop on the live stream, ask a question in the live stream comments. Someone's going to help you out there. Now, not everyone's advice from the internet's going to be the best, but heck, even in our Discord, we have badges that show who are verified closers who have closed over 200 grand in a year, where you can actually get advice from genuine successful wholesalers who I made them millionaires for free. And so they're trying to make you a millionaire for free because they're following the concepts that I say. And they're looking to do some JV deals, obviously. And so another foo-foo word for this that I hear everyone say is, your network is your net worth. I throw up when I hear that, because it's so overblown. And I hate the way most wholesalers network, because the way most wholesalers network is, hi, my name is Zach. Your name is John. What are good synergies and strategies we can do to get back? Like, that's business networking. Oh my gosh, it's so annoying. It's like, hey, how are you? What market are you in? What are you looking to do? Nice to meet you. How can we help each other out? Like a nice networking of how you can help me and I can help you. This is how networking should be done. It's a business. So if I find a new wholesaler and I'm looking to network with them, me just giving my top secrets with them probably makes no sense if I'm just an average wholesaler doing well. But if they could send me deals and we can JV together, that's a relationship where I give a mentorship for free. Are you taking notes, gurus? He or she is learning. They're using my leverage of my expertise with the right title company's contract and how smooth I am talking to the seller, that they make more money with me and I make more money with them. So we both make more money together. This is how partnerships work. Now, it doesn't have to be for every single deal. That's networking is just for a deal, a joint venture for a deal. But like, look at me and Rick. If we're making, for example, $100,000 in a year each, and we decided to partner up together and we ended up making $200K, that's a bad partnership, because we're just making the same amount of money while having a partner. Now, if we, most likely how a good partnership works is you end up making 400 grand. So you double your revenues that you net together versus making less doing it separate. But seriously, guys, you have an entire army of people who know how to wholesale and became successful. I'm saying this in the nicest, most humblest way. There's not one person who has created more millionaires in wholesaling real estate than me and Rick on this YouTube channel. Not because I'm the sexiest, or actually I am the sexiest, but not because I have the greatest voice or I'm the smoothest talker in the world, but because I'm the only multi-millionaire wholesaler who teaches you everything he knows completely for free. Every other person ain't gonna teach you. Doesn't hurt. I've done 2,500 deals. Rick's done 3,500. We've done over 6,000 combined wholesaling real estate deals. That doesn't hurt, but really still, I'm the only guy that taught these people for free. And that's why we have over 250,000 students in freewholesaling.com and hundreds of thousands and millions of followers everywhere. And so I've taught all those people how to do it for free. Now they feel indebted to me that I taught them for free, that they're going to help people in my community to give back. And they're looking to JV and make a ton of money. It's a win-win. So you have to use the tools and the people that I showed to become millionaires that want to help you out. First thing I'll tell you to do, go to zachdiscord.com. That is my free Discord. I got over 8,000 people in there. It's going to be 100,000 soon. It's just a Discord, a community chat where we stay accountable, where we talk, we network. It's a great place to be. You can find other Louisiana wholesalers, other Tennessee wholesalers, wherever you're in the country. Great place to be. Heck, we got our Wholesaling Houses for Real Facebook group, almost 144,000 people in there. Guys, do you think one person out of 144,000 wants to help you and they can help you, show you some ropes in the business and work together and make money? And heck, if you're a successful wholesaler, do you think one person out of 144,000 can send you a JV deal and you can make 15 grand next month? Yes! Heck, we almost have 207,000 subscribers on all of our YouTube channels combined. On the Flip With Rick channel, the Zach Ginn channel, the Rick Ginn channel, the Wholesaling Houses for Real YouTube channel. Do you think there's one person out of over 200,000 that you can make a $15,000 deal with? Yes, there's one person out of 200,000 that's going to help you become a success in your market. Of course there is. You can't be sleeping on this concept. I started using this concept and wholesaling just became easy. It's like playing Madden on Madden mode or expert mode and then just going beginner. It's so simple. So just understand with concept number 2, you have an army at your disposal. So you have to stop making excuses. You have the largest army of wholesalers who learn for free that want to teach you how to wholesale real estate for free. Use it or lose it. We're legit millionaires trying to help you out. And the simple process of karma still works. If you're in our communities, which are for free, and you give, you're going to receive way more back. But if you're always take, you're not going to do well. And the last and probably the hardest concept to put in your brain here, but it's success comes to those who want it the most. Not to those who need it the most, to who wants it the most. One story I always say is I have put a lot of wholesalers in my local market out of business when I was starting out. I was a young gun trying to prove a point and trying to make a ton of money. And I ended up taking a lot of deals from successful wholesalers because they just wanted it more. Not that I needed it more. One example I always tell you is there was this wholesaler that was putting out bandit signs. He was like 38, maybe 40 years old. And he put bandit signs out and he was making 6 figures a year doing that. And you know, rough and tough Zach Ginn, 17 years old, started putting bandit signs out and I made 20 grand, my first deal. And I said, I'm 17. I just made $20,000. I want to do more of this. You know, I mean, what happens when you give a 17-year-old 20 grand, right? He's just going to want to do more. It's addicting. I got hooked on wholesaling. And so what I started doing, which I don't know if I'm proud of this or not, I don't know if I should publicly say this, but I just started taking his signs out and putting my signs there because he only had time to put signs out once a week. And I was putting signs out every single day. And what happened was his lead flow dropped 95% and my lead flow doubled. And I started just taking all of his deals because I was able to put more bandit signs out than him. And I did some dirty tricks. You know, I knew exactly who his name was. He didn't know who my name was. So court enforcement went after him and not after me. And it was kind of an unfair advantage. And so I started doing all the bandit sign deals in my local market. And that's how by the time I graduated high school, I made over $100,000. Here's the problem. He had a wife. He had kids to feed. And I was basically taking all of his money as a stupid 17-year-old in high school, driving to my high school wrestling tournaments, putting signs out and making a stupid amount of money. Now you might want to think, Zach, you didn't need to get a wholesaling deal. You wanted to get a wholesaling deal. And that guy needed to get a deal to feed his family and provide for his kids. But it's not about who needs the deal. It's about who wants it more. I swear to you, my hunger for getting a deal, and I was completely addicted. I was getting up at 4 or 5 a.m., putting signs out, making sure only my signs were out there. And he was with his kids, taking them to school at 7, 8 a.m., sleeping in. Guess what happened? I won. And luckily the guy turned into a realtor. So good for this guy. And I think he's making, decent $60,000 a year probably as a realtor. I don't know. But the guy got so, I took all of his business away that he turned into a realtor, which is a proud accomplishment to me. But the reason I say that story is it's not about the person who needs to feed their family, do that. Like it's the person that wants it more. And so you could be an 18-year-old kid destroying other people who need to get a deal because you have that hunger inside that you want to make a change. And so it's kind of counterintuitive of wanting and needing, but you have to understand that your hunger must come from within you. You can't derive your motivation or your hunger from me, David Goggins, a Gary Vee video. All that stuff comes down to you needing and wanting to make a change. If you want to make a change, you're going to do whatever you want to do it. And sometimes a selfish want will destroy somebody's need. If that want, problem is I know a lot of people that need to get a deal to save their family and they end up still sleeping in, still scrolling on TikTok, still going through Instagram reels, watching endless YouTube channels and not taking action. And I know people who want to get a deal, they don't need it, but they want it. For example, I see a lot of single moms out here who work full-time jobs, but they want to make that change in their life. They make way more money than the person who needs to go out here and make 20 grand to save their mortgage. I see it all the time. So sometimes the person that wants to make a change does a lot better than the person that needs to make a change. And so just understand, I can't teach you to want to make a change in your life. I can't teach you to go out here and take stupid amount of action. It's just work, just grind, it's just dedication. So if you want to replicate the success I started out wanting to make a change in my life, you got to go out here, make a plan, and attack. You have to become obsessed with getting a deal, and you know the best way to get a deal? Do some marketing and put eyeballs out there and let people know that you are looking to buy houses for cash. That is it. So when you want to do a deal more than anybody else, you just take the action. You still consume content that we do, right? You still learn, but you learn and take action at the same time. So the hierarchy is the person that consumes and doesn't take actions on the bottom. The person that takes action and doesn't consume the videos anymore does well. The person that does the best is the person that consumes content, takes massive action, and networks and talks with other successful wholesalers in our community. That is the top tier wholesaler. That is the highest chance of success. You need to be on that top tier right now for success. So if you're willing to do that, make sure you go out here and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Join the ZachDiscord.com. Go through the free wholesaling course, freewholesaling.com, and let people know who you are and get to work. Guys, if you got any value from this video, ready to go from hard mode to easy mode in wholesaling real estate, do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. I believe in you.